Question number 3, Alastair Scott.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My question, Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Finance and asks, what recent reports has he received on the state of the Crown accounts ahead of Budget 2016?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, the accounts for the 9 months to 31 March this year show a surplus of $167 million, around $330 million better than forecast. Crown revenue was higher than forecast, largely due to tax revenue being $700 million higher than forecast by Treasury in December, partially offset by lower Crown interest and dividend income. Sustained and moderate growth in the economy is underpinning Crown accounts, which are in good order ahead of the Budget 2016 later this month.
Supplementary question, Alastair Scott.
How has the government's books improved in recent years?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, the largest deficit during the term of this government was $18.4 billion in 2011, and we are now on track to maintain the surplus that was achieved last year. Over the last 7 budgets, the annual cost of new initiatives has averaged around $600 million, compared to the average cost of the 7 budgets of the previous government of around $3 billion, around 5 times more new spending each year than under this government, and under this government we're achieving better results for public services.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Alastair Scott.
What are the government's fiscal priorities now that it has delivered on its election promise and made a surplus in 2014-15?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the focus is now on reducing debt. Government has borrowed significant amounts of money over the last 6 or 7 years. We've been able to get on top of debt from tax revenue windfalls in the past. To pay down debt, we need to continue with tight management of our spending, and the government will outline its plans for that in the budget.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question,
to the Minister. How is the government using a focus on better public services as a way to keep control of the government spending?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the government is focused on substantial improvements to public services because that's what the consumers of those services deserve, first of all, and secondly, it's what taxpayers who fund the services deserve. It turns out that spending more and more money on public services doesn't necessarily mean that they are better. The government has set out to reduce the demand for public services, that is, reduce benefit dependency, for instance, and results show that there were 7,245 fewer benefit recipients in the past year because more people are getting into work and gaining independence.
Question number 4, Ron Mark.